we find, we're going to say another piece about Yitziat Mitzraim because it's all relevant. The leaving Galut is that was our precedent in B'ezrat Hashem. Perhaps it could be timely for our time as well. So there's two reasons why the Midrash brings why they left that they merited to leave Mitzrayim. The first is they aminu b'Hashem, like the Mechilta reads Gdola Emunah she'aminu Yisrael b'mi she'amar v'haya olam. They had this great emunah she'b'schar she'aminu Yisrael b'Hashem. That is the reason that they had the ability to do Az Yashir. That's one idea. So we find that they had a tremendous amount of emunah, blind faith, regardless of the scenario that was happening, and to the point where typically it's unnatural. It's beyond conceivable how they kept this faith, even though they did terrible things to their own very children, and nobody wants. So what happened? They had this tremendous amount of emunah. Another thing, it says in another medrash, Natan lakadosh baruch hu shtei mitzvot. They had 2 mitzvot, and this was the way they were able to leave Mitzrayim. Now, these two ideas, these two things that they had, seemingly we find regarding Makat Bechorot. Makat Bechorot was a very unique Makkah because it didn't come to tell you the Mitzrayim message, it just came to destroy them. To the point where we say in the Pasuk that Nitan Rishut Mashchit Lashchit, so then stay indoors, because once the destroyer is out loose, causing havoc and destruction, so then he doesn't have the ability to differentiate, or that you should make a blood on your doorpost. So this is coming to say that the Yehudi, as he was within the setting of Mitzrayim, there was a concept that there could have been a misconception. There could have been a mistake where they can't tell the difference one from the other, and that's what it says in the Sharet or the Masara Ashar Mashchit, who's going to tell them why are these different than these. These people are different. Why are these getting slaughtered? And these people that to the naked eye you can't tell the difference, they're not getting slaughtered. They're not dying from Makat Bechorot. And Moshe Rabbeinu gave this message over to Am Yisrael with Kadosh Baruch Hu gave this message and through Moshe Rabbeinu regarding this problem with by specifying the time that this Makat Bechorot is going to take place. It's going to happen when in the midpoint of the night, Chatzot. So the idea of Chatzot brings out that there isn't any rules, there isn't any frameworks, there's no discipline that you could apply to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and say that this is the form that we're following. Chesed is the second half of the night. It gets lighter throughout the night. First half of the night is Gvura, gets only darker. These two are opposing, but they meet. How do they meet? How could Chesed and Gvura meet? They can't meet. They're opposing, so that they're contradicting one another. The answer is because HaKadosh Baruch Hu is not he could engage in any discipline or any framework that he created, but he's not defined by it, and therefore at times he's able to do the impossible and make them meet. This is also the message of Makat Bechorot. The Yehudi, like we said earlier, had this emunah, and this emunah manifested itself in these 2 mitzvot, and that was their ability to take the initiative or to latch themselves onto the part of the Kadosh Baruch Hu that's beyond any form of order, and And they did that because they acted in a way that was completely surrendering themselves to beyond the laws of nature, beyond the laws of what's typically expected of someone. So what happened? They knew their emunah, they knew they were free. That's what we told them. But the emunah is something that's not seen to the naked eye, and therefore they did to these two mitzvot of Korban Pesach, and they did and Brit Milah. Korban Pesach, like we said earlier, is an act of freedom to the not only to you. I decided that I could express. I feel that I'm free. For there, the world, you made a statement to the world that you're free. That's one thing. That means you took their avodah zarah, you put it out in the open, meaning that you're living in completely disregard to anything else other than what HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells you. Milah has the same component, meaning you're taking something, it's a brit. Brit means that it's unconditional. Unconditional means it has zero bearings. Typically, we live in a cause and effect world. This is not how it works in Brit. Brit is that we're connected beyond anything. And they did it specifically in a part of the body that's not the mind. Typically you say, where do relationships happen? Relationships happen with the person's character, with the person's, with the things that he's proud about. But with the Brit Milah, we're connecting to Kadosh Baruch Hu in every area of our body to the point, the part that is the lowest. Now, this is a message for us as well. Everybody has emunah, that blind faith almost, but this emunah, like the Yehudim at that time, we could awaken this by Kadosh Baruch Hu. And the way that's done is when a Yehudi does not only have this emunah and raw, he has it fully developed. But it's a little bit of it's a little bit not understood. How could you have an emunah that is beyond anything, fully developed? Developed means like it's working within the system of how things run. And that is showing the complete and pure rulership or control of HaKadosh Baruch Hu of every aspect of the world. And that is also brought about with Mitzraim remained the supreme leader even post Yehudim leaving Egypt. So this was like a crazy miracle that happened, but it didn't happen to a nation that was absolved. It was a nation that remained supreme. So it's like this thing where this is completely not normal, and it's happening in a completely normal setting. And that's exactly what's demanded of us Yehudim. That we have an emunah, we have to develop the emunah, we have to know about it, we have to understand it. It's seemingly like that to think that it's going to be less, it's going to be tainted if we delve into it is wrong. There's methods of doing that through the learning the Chassidut. And so too, you cannot, like the Yehudim in the time of Mitzrayim, you cannot have this misconception where this emunah or this cherut or this is going to be to me and myself, to me and my own way of life. It has to be out in the open. It has to be to the very, very end, to the person on the streets, naked eye. That means to say that in every area of one's life, that means every area of one's life doesn't mean that he doesn't keep it to it's not something that's expressed in a discrete kind of way. It's brought about and expressed, and everything that he does and everything that he interacts with is fully aligned with this cherut. B'ezrat Hashem, we should be zocher to the Geulah.